Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel James TechScope. In this episode of Windows Server 2025 Knowledge Sharing, we will talk about some very basic and important topics in Windows Server 2025, local users, groups, and local security policies. In this video, I will show you how to create, log into, and delete local users, how to create groups and add users to groups, and how to configure account policies and local policies. These are fundamental concepts for learning server management and Active Directory later. If you are interested in server systems or network technology, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like to support it. Now, let's get started. No matter if your computer uses Windows, Linux, or other operating systems, they all have the same features, which are multitasking and multiple users. For example, in Windows, the default user in Windows Server 2025 is administrator, which has the highest permissions and is a built-in user that cannot be deleted. Operations like creating and deleting users must be done while logged in as administrator. And finally, try to log in as the created user. In Server Manager, click Tools, then Computer Management, then Local Users and Groups, and then Users. The right window lists several system default users, which are almost impossible to delete. Before operating, the steps are in three parts. First, create a user. Second, log in as the user. Third, delete the user. Step 1. Create a user. Move the mouse to a blank area. Right-click and click New User. It is recommended to enter an English name for the user name. Just pick a name like Tom. Full name and description can be ignored. It is recommended to use a combination of numbers and letters for the password. Remember to uncheck user must change password at next logon. And make sure to check the two options. User cannot change password and password never expires. Why do this? In an Active Directory environment, each client user has the right to change their password, which is inconvenient for managing the whole local network. After confirming the above information, click Create, then click Close. And now the window will show the newly created user Tom. Step 2. Log in as a user. In VMware Workstation Pro, click VM. Click Send Control and Alt and Delete. And try to log in as a created user Tom. After logging in, you will be asked to set up the desktop environment again. Follow the prompt step by step to complete it. Step 3. Delete the user. Switch back to the original user administrator. Move the mouse to the created user Tom. Right-click. Click Delete. Click Yes. Click Yes. the created user is deleted. Remember to recreate the deleted user later. It will be explained how to add the user to a group. Next, let's talk about groups. Simply put, they are used to group multiple users with the same permissions together. Groups are divided into manually created groups and system built-in special groups. System built-in groups have special permissions and cannot be manually deleted or renamed, while manually created groups can be deleted or renamed freely. The operation is divided into 3 steps. The first step, create a new group. The second step, add users to the group. The third step, delete the newly created group. First step, create a new group. In computer management, click Groups. In the right window, many system default groups are listed, and they are almost impossible to delete. Move the mouse to a blank area. Right-click and click New Group. For example, enter the name Sales Group. Click Create. Then click Close. Second step, add users to the group. Find the newly created group Sales Group and click it. Click Add. Enter the object names to select. Enter the created user term and click Check Names. The following information appears, showing that the user exists. Confirm the information is correct, then click OK. User term is added to members. Click OK. And the operation takes effect. When add users to a group, if there are many new users, it becomes messy. Creating different groups is like creating different folders to organize files. The benefit of adding users to a group is that you do not need to assign permissions to each user individually. Users in the same group will automatically have the same permissions. There are many system built-in groups. The group with the highest permission is administrators, and this group only contains the user administrator. Another group is users. Any new standard user will automatically join the users group. It is not recommended to delete users from this group. After deleting users from this group, Windows may have trouble switching login between administrator and standard users. Third step, delete the group. Select the created group, Sales Group. Right-click, click Delete. Then click Yes. Deleting a group is like deleting a category, but the users still exist. After deleting the group, be sure to reassign the users to other existing groups. Local security policy. I personally understand it as a collection of operating system function switches. Because the operating system has many built-in features, ordinary users usually cannot fully master the related skills, which causes many ordinary users to rely on third-party software tools to turn on or off various built-in features of the operating system. In Server Manager, click Tools. Click Local Security Policy. Now you can see many different policies. Here we will explain account policies and local policies. Account policies are divided into password policy and account lockout policy. For example, in password policy, when creating a new user, if you want the password to be simple characters, shorter length, and permanently valid. It involves three password policies. Password must meet complexity requirements, minimum password length, and maximum password age. Setting password must meet complexity requirements to disable allows the password to be only numbers or letters. Setting minimum password length to 0 means there is no length limit. Setting maximum password age to 0 means the password is permanently valid. If set to the maximum 999, it means the password expires after 999 days and needs to be reset. Next, we will demonstrate modifying this policy. It won't take long. After modifying password policy, continue to explain account lockout policy. For example, when logging into a user account, if the number of wrong password attempts reaches the default value, the account will be locked for a period of time. This involves two policies: account lockout duration and account lockout threshold. If account lockout duration is set to 0, when the password is entered incorrectly a certain number of times, the account will stay locked until it is manually unlocked. It is better to enter a value less than 10 minutes, so normal users will not wait too long when logging in. Account lockout threshold is used to limit the number of failed attempts. The default value is 10. If set to 0, no matter how many times the password is entered incorrectly, the account will not be locked. Account lockout duration should try to use the same parameter setting as account lockout threshold. This is recommended by Windows by default. Next, we will demonstrate setting account lockout duration to less than 10 minutes and account lockout threshold to 0. It won't take long. Finally, explain local policies. Local policies are divided into audit policy, user rights assignment, and security options. Because there are many policy settings, first briefly explain one item in user rights assignment, which is the shutdown the system policy. For standard users created in Windows Server, they usually do not have permission to shut down the computer, so you can add the standard user term in the shutdown the system policy. After adding, restart and log in as the standard user term to verify whether the computer can be shut down. Next, we will demonstrate adding the standard user term in the shutdown the system policy, logging in and shutting down the system. This video explains local user groups and local security policy. This is only the basic part because there is too much content. It will not all be explained in this video. Users and groups can also be managed through CMD commands, and many practical case tutorials about local security policy will be made later. Learning local users groups and local security policy well will prepare you for studying Active Directory in the future. That is all for this episode of Windows Server 2025 knowledge sharing. I hope it is helpful to you. If you like this kind of technical teaching, remember to subscribe to the channel James Tech Scope. And you are also welcome to give a like to support. If there are any topics you want to learn, you can leave a comment in the comment section to tell me. We will see you in the next video.